If it would have been Brian Blair who was booking for Herb Abrams or different guys, I could have done it a little different. Brian was a lot easier to get along with than, and I did Herb Abrams stuff too. And I'm interested in this Dark Side of the Ring on Herb that's coming out. That's going to be really fascinating.
Well, maybe you could give us a preview of that. I don't know much about that Herb Abrams. We didn't get that show up here in Canada.
Yeah, well, he had the who's who of the talent too. You know, he had Steve Williams, Dan Spivey, Nikita Koloff, Brian Blair. He had Brian was the booker. I mean, and he had Rick Rude came in. Andre the Giant even showed up at one of his tapings in LA. Oh my God, David and Bruno Sammartino. Bruno was commentating. David was talent. Billy Jack Haynes was working. Bob Orton. Literally the who's who of the independent guys that weren't big names that weren't working were working for Herb. Some he was paying with cocaine, and some he was paying cash. I didn't see the cocaine part. I'm just saying what I heard in the dressing room gossip. But Herb was a character. He was a little guy, 5'7". I met him through Slammers Wrestling Gym through Wildman Jack Armstrong, because he came down there looking for a ring, looking for talent to do extras. Well, he used a lot of my guys on TV tapings for as job guys in Reseda, California. I brought a lot of guys in, and he had Paul Orndorff. Now I'm thinking back. He had a great array of talent. That all left WCW or Vince for a reason, whatever reason, fired, quit, whatever. They were all working for Herb. But Herb was a squirrely little guy with big dreams. Another one, going to run Vince out of this business. I will end Vince McMahon's career as a promoter attitude. And it's like, once you blow through a couple $100,000 of other people's money, you don't pay limo drivers, limo companies, trussels of light people for your TV tapings. You don't pay them for the rentals of your lights. You don't pay arenas. You don't pay a hotel. After you do that enough, finally you stop being respected as a promoter, and the talent starts going down, and he ends up using lesser known names. And finally, through his coke abuse of his personal use, the promotion just disbanded. And then eventually, as you'll see in this video, he's dead. And I know he's buried in New York, which is weird because I met him through LA, and he had a big house out in LA in the Hollywood Hills. And
what was his money from?
Right now, I want to say through drugs. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Jack Armstrong introduced him, and Jack was a very enthusiastic guy. And Jack introduced me to half of the students I ever had, because he'd meet him at Gold's Gym because he was training down there all the time. And Jack would say, "Billy, I got a great guy for you. Here's his phone number. I gave him your phone number, your business card." So one day, Jack, he's telling us, "Hey, there's a guy that's going to come down to Slammers. His name is Herb Abrams. He's a real big mark. He's got money. He wants to run shows and everything. Get your money. He can use you as a wrestler, ring announcer, whatever you want to do." I said, "I don't care, whatever." I was open. I don't referee, ring announcer. I don't. So I worked as an announcer sometimes, and sometimes I would be a wrestler. I worked with Paul Orndorff, Bob Orton on his tapings, different people under a hood as the Black Knight. And it didn't matter to me what I did. I was kind of the jack of all trades type of guy. I was available, whatever you needed. But Herb was a character, but he plowed through his money just like Paul Alberstein was an investment banker, and he plowed through $500,000 that he had saved up and through other investments he'd made. And Paul Alberstein was broke. The last I heard, he was like almost homeless before he died. And at one time, put in $500,000 during these tapings in Chicago and Tampa. Crazy.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.